Now, in East Africa, Ethiopia is preparing for the burial of its former Prime Minister Meles Zenawi in a state funeral on Sunday. Mr. Meles died on August 20th in a Brussels hospital. Among the African leaders scheduled to attend, Djibouti President, South Sudanese President, and also Uganda's President. A short time ago, I spoke with VOA's Gabe Joselow, who was at Mesker Square in Addis Ababa today, where the late Prime Minister's body will be brought for public viewing before his burial on Sunday.
There's a couple thousand people have come out to see him. They're going to bring the casket in here. There will be a candlelight vigil and, again, a ceremony just honoring the late Prime Minister. You should see the square is lined with posters of Prime Minister Meles and slogans honoring him, and it's kind of a somber mood, but a lot of people, at the same time feel a little bit excited to be here, and I feel it's an important thing to do to be here at this moment.
Prime Minister Meles is expected to be buried on Sunday. What is going to happen between now and then?
His casket will lay here at Mesker Square for the next couple of days so that people can pay their respects. A lot of foreign heads of state, particularly African heads of state, are expected to attend, including Rwandan President Paul Kagame, Kenyan President Mwai Kibaki. From the United States, Susan Rice, the United Nations representative. They will sign a condolence book. And at that point on Sunday, there will be a procession leading from Mesker Square to the Trinity Church to bury Prime Minister Meles in a graveyard that's reserved for only the highest dignitaries and officials of Ethiopia.
As things stand right now, Hailemariam Desalegn has not yet been sworn in as president. Do you know what the plans are for that?
Yes, Hailemariam Desalegn, the deputy prime minister, he was expected to be sworn in last week, but the parliament decided to delay, or at least they said they were delaying his swearing in order to give the country some more time to finish mourning former Prime Minister Meles. So right now they're saying that he's expected to be sworn in next week, but we don't have any confirmation of exactly when.
Describe to us what people are saying, what are they feeling about the passing of their Prime Minister?
Yeah, well, certainly the people who have come here to Mesker Square were deeply moved by the Prime Minister during his lifetime. We spoke to one woman who had come from the Harar region in the east. Just to mark the occasion, she said that she really respected Prime Minister Meles for starting programs, self-help programs for women, empowering women in her area. So it was very important for her to come out here to pay her respects. And a lot of people have told us the same thing about how Mr. Meles had improved jobs, had hired more people, had made their work more meaningful to them. So, over 20 years in power, he certainly did a lot for this country in terms of development and employment.
Even though Prime Minister Meles was credited for a lot of the good that you just mentioned, there are, of course, critics. There are a lot who, including human rights groups, who have pointed out the fact that he was not open to opposition, political opponents, as well as the media. Are you hearing any of that during this time?
Well, among the crowd here in Mesker Square, you're really not hearing anything of that sort. People are very reluctant to criticize the Prime Minister and the current government, and part of that is probably because of this trait to really silence a lot of opposition voices. And human rights groups have, including Amnesty International, have said that, with his passing, they hope that the next government might be more receptive and might do more to improve the rights situation here. And certainly during Meles' time, journalists were not treated well, and the Committee to Protect Journalists has said similar sentiments, hoping that the next government will be more accepting of opposition voices and particularly of journalists.
Well, you can stay in touch with In Focus by going on our Facebook page, click like, read our stories, and leave your comments. The address, facebook.com/VOA In Focus.